Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. A game 6 for the ages. Cat, another triple-double. Look at the ball movement. OG Anunoby, 26 of his 29 in the first half. Mikal Bridges, excellent game for him. He had 24. Knicks fans outside of MSG loving this. 140-89. Knicks advance over the Hawks in 6 games. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. What an amazing performance. Bill Pito, Alan Hahn, and Wally Zerbiak. We've been fortunate enough to watch a lot of Knicks basketball. We've worked together we're really lucky to have been colleagues for all these years. We've never seen anything like what we saw. That's why you got to watch. It was just amazing.
It was the greatest performance in playoff history for the Knicks, and that's saying a lot considering how much history this franchise has. And it says also a lot about what this team's about, what this team has, and what this team can do.
Yeah, it's a reminder that this team is legitimate championship contenders.
All right, Jalen Brunson joins us now from Atlanta. Jalen, thanks so much for your time. That was an amazing performance. Take us through that first half. What made you guys so effective right off the opening tip?
I think the way we were playing defense, we were finding a way. They went a quick run early in the game, but we found a way to stay poised, stay locked in, kept getting stops, kept creating turnovers, getting out in transition. Just made the game easy for us.
Yeah, Jalen, you guys answered a 9-0 run with a 31-4 run, just so you know. What changed between Game 3 and Game 4 for this team?
I think we just need to lock in a little more. There's 2 one-point victories that we could have won. 1-point losses that we could have won, but I think our focus changed a little bit. Attention to detail really matters, and we just found a way.
Jalen, it looks to me like this team continues to gain confidence. Guys are just playing their best basketball when it counts. What do you think has been allowed this team to do this?
I think just that. The confidence that we have, playing for each other, just finding a way just to stick together, most importantly.
Jalen, thank you so much. Congrats on a phenomenal game, a great series, and we'll talk to you in the next round, okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
It's amazing. Jalen Brunson scored only 17 points, and the Knicks scored the most points they've ever scored in a playoff game. He only scored 17 points. Cat had a triple-double, took only 4 shots.
Took only 4 shots, yeah. This was the epitome of a team win,
yeah.
Right? Of a team performance. And also when you think about the 2 top stars, all-NBA players on this team in Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, it was a guy that we've talked about this entire series, Wally, OG Anunoby, that was such a difference maker as well. But as we talk about, again, the team effort at both ends of the floor, including defense.
Yeah, and this is just why, like I said, this team has been built to win a championship. And there's nothing short of winning a title that will lead to the expectations that this team wants coming into this season. And we're reminded of it. We saw it. This team has a level that I don't know if they even knew they could get to. This team was really good last year. They were Eastern Conference finalists. This year, you can see what this coaching staff has unlocked in this roster.
But how about after Game 3? We're like, oh, my, what's going on here?
That's when you find out about your team.
Right.
That's when you find out about what your team and your coaching staff is really about. When your backs are against the wall, when the pressure's at its tightest and at its highest. And we learned a lot about how good this team can be. You need to go through those moments. Mike Brown's been saying it all season long. You need to hit some adversity to see what you're really made of and see if you have each other's back when you're going through tough times. And that's what champions are all about. When you need to step up and play your best, you deliver. And this team did it. Now they have to continue to do it, and it's going to get harder and harder and harder as you advance in the NBA playoffs. But wow, did they pass the first round with flying colors.
And, we've always talked about with teams that you have to go through the adversity and the pain of losing in the playoffs to learn from it, and then the next year where you go from there. And that's why the core of this group that has been together for a couple of years, and they had a long run last year with Karl-Anthony Towns as part of it, that's what they can build off of. That's what they can lean on. And in those moments, when I talked to those guys after that game, the Game 2, they all talked about what was in that locker room and what they knew they had in that room. And then on top of it, there's Mike Brown, who is new to this group, but the adjustments that he makes, and sometimes is willing to take a backseat to his assistants and even to the room. What do you guys want to do? What will you make happy? He was making adjustments in this series, and we said it in pregame, that became checkmate.
One of the things that the Knicks have shown here, OG Anunoby is now become an elite scorer. I mean, he's consistently scoring 20 points a night. He's our New York State Lottery power player. Had his best half, playoffs or regular season ever, with 26 points in the first half, 29 for the game, ties his career playoff high for a game. He shot 11 of 14, Wall.
I know. He came out in that first quarter, and he's showing us stuff that we haven't seen in the last couple of years since he's been traded into a New York Knicks uniform. I mean, his arsenal offensively, he's unguardable when he gets involved. And he's an elite finisher around the basket. Karl Anthony Towns unlocked that in this series. And then when you start getting those layups and dunks, the threes just start flowing like water. The off-the-dribble game was really good. It didn't affect his defense. Obviously, he really made Jalen Johnson's life very difficult. But overall, the way he's playing, you add him to the third All-Star mix with Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, this team is playing scary basketball right now. They really are. Their confidence is through the roof. The coaching staff has unlocked it.
Yeah.
Plus 84, Allen.
The real OG.
Plus 84.
Plus 84?
I mean, look at the that plus minus blows your mind, right? But the shooting percentages.
Yeah.
61%. The rebounding, which I don't think we've talked enough about. He has been a big-time rebounder in this series.
Yes.
But and the three-point shooting again at 56%. The steals and the blocks as well, 1.8. It's the all-around game that he brings. And I'm telling you, what I think you saw with OG is a player that got extra locked in, especially once Karl Anthony Towns became the point of attack, hub of the offense, because his cuts were being found. And when they were doubling off him, he was killing you with those threes. I think it's amazing to see what they've unlocked with this offense.
Yeah.
And it's not just what they've unlocked for
shown
Towns.
it all season. They completely changed in the middle when your backs are against the wall in a series down 2-1.
I mean, there are a lot of possessions, guys, where Jalen Brunson's like in the corner.
Yeah,
totally. And you got Towns operating, OG
I mean, that is
posting up,
elite level coaching. It's elite level coaching.
Yeah.
They watched the film and they said to themselves, Jalen's having a real problem orchestrating the offense with Dyson Daniels all over him and being trapped every time he touches the ball. So we're going to make a really bold move. We're going to take the ball out of his hands. We're going to let Karl Anthony Towns initiate the offense. And it worked like an absolute charm. Just perfection the way it worked. And it's a big risk, but obviously this coaching staff trusts Karl Anthony Towns, trusts the rest of the personnel to take the ball out of Jalen's hands, and Jalen trusts his teammates.
That part, yeah, the trust.
He trusts his teammates to let that happen and make it happen.
Yeah, and if they had MVPs for playoff series, this would be OG Anunoby's MVP series.
The Knicks guys win by 51 points, largest margin of victory in franchise history in a playoff game, 140 points scored, most points they've ever scored in a playoff game. We've got a lot more to talk about, an extended post-game coverage show for you. 140-89, a whole lot to cheer about outside MSG at the watch party. Knicks win it.